Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by my channel today. I got my hands on the collaboration that Tati here on YouTube, I'm sure you know who she is. If you don't, I will link her down below. Go check her out. She's fabulous and genuine and knows her stuff, which are three very important things when it comes to being a really good YouTube video creator. So she collaborated with LOC, Love of Color, on Birchbox.com, and her collaboration with LOC, I love that, LOC. LOC sounds very important. The second you're like initials, that signifies that you're very important. So Tati collaborated with LOC and created some shadow sticks and matte lipsticks, but not like it's actually like a stick. Not like a typical lipstick, but it's a matte lipstick, you'll see. Anyway, so I got my hands on the entire set. I did my eye makeup and my lips with products from her collaboration set. And so at the end of this review commentary, I am going to then plug in, I'm not even gonna call it a tutorial because let's be real, I'm not a professional and I just kind of do things the way I do things. I'm gonna insert a demo at the end of this review where I show you basically how I choose to use these products. So if you're interested in my thoughts on the Tati and LOC collaboration and then a demonstration on how I use them, then let's get started. So I decided to buy the entire set, and it came, like I said, in this fancy little box because I was starting to add it up. The entire set, the Ultimate Collection, is $46. When you start to piece them out individually, you wind up getting like, I forget what it is, but 3 or 4 for the exact same price if you bought them individually. And I was like, well, that's dumb. So I said, you know what, for a couple more bucks, let me get like basically twice as much. I don't know if that's the right math, but it was the right math to buy the entire set. It also comes with, which I didn't realize at first, and when I found it in the box, I was like, oh yes you did, because that's brilliant. They included a little sharpener that just says LOC. They included a little sharpener so that you can sharpen the sticks and pencils that come in the set, which is great because I don't necessarily want to go hunting around for what, I don't even know, because the sticks are a little chubby. I'm not even sure I have one. Look at that, it's like bullseye right there. So it was just really cool that it was included within the set as well. So what you get are 3 matte lipsticks. They are twist up lipsticks. They're actually sticks. And they come in 3 kind of representative colors. There's a nude one that's called First Kiss, and it's a peachy pinky nude. I'm actually wearing it right now. It's a little bit more on the pink side than peach, but it's not like a straight pink either. I don't know, it's just nude, and it's fabulous because the nudes are fabulous. I also got in the set Wildest Dreams, which is a red, a very classic red, not to be argued with red. And the last one is called Glam Life because that's the name of her channel, GlamLifeGuru. And although the indicator stick looks like it's a very dark purple, it's really not. It's like a magenta purple where there's a mixture of purple and pink. So it just winds up being just an awesome marriage of the 2 colors. So my thoughts on the lipsticks themselves, the matte lipsticks, is that they are matte but creamy and unsticky. I don't like a matte that makes my lips like stick together as I'm talking, because then it starts to do weird things with like clumping up of the product and attaching itself to your teeth. It can get quite awful. And so these are they're just creamy. They're matte, but they are creamy at the same time and not sticky. And so those are the kinds of things that I look for when it comes to a matte lipstick. I actually really like, they're called the One and Done shadow sticks. They're called One and Done because they don't move. And you can like rub them and they don't go anywhere, which is awesome. So especially if you've got oily eyelids. By the way, if you do move them around when you immediately apply, they will move. So they are blendable and they are workable. It's just once they set, they like don't go anywhere. And that's probably the thing I am most impressed about with them, because we spend so much time and effort trying to set our makeup and get our shadows to stay, and we use primer and, you know, and all of this stuff. At the end of the day, these guys don't move, and I didn't prime my hand. I didn't, you know, I did nothing. In fact, I had lotion on my hand from before, and so these guys are still staying in place. I'm going to keep rambling on about how awesome it is that they don't move, because I love that they don't move. But again, you can blend them. Please do not forget that when you initially apply. So just to talk about the individual shades, there is, I'm gonna kind of go from lightest to darkest. The lightest is called On Point, and it's a silver-based color, but it has almost like an iridescence to it, so it's not just a straight, super reflective shimmer. It's a subtle shimmer silver. The next one is called Day Trip, and it's a kind of like a gold champagne. It's not a yellow gold. I don't like when shadows that are gold are just so yellow that I just don't go for that. So this is a warm gold yellow shade, which I love. I would say the mid shade is called Impress Me, and from the casing itself, I thought it was kind of a copper, and then when I swatched it, it's actually like, it's like a lavender with just a subtle hint of a light brown in it. I can't really explain it. It's such a universal shade. We'll go with brown eyes, green eyes, blue eyes, hazel eyes. It's one size fits all. This one is called Night Owl, and it's like a dark purple. That's actually what I'm wearing on the outer corner of my eye right now. Oh, and I should mention that Impress Me, which is that dirty light lavender, is what I'm wearing all over my lid, which you'll see at the end of this video. I think I just kind of gave this awkward wink to the camera. Okay, oh, last but not least is Smoke Screen. It's like a gunmetal. So it's gray, but there's like this, I don't know, there's like this green undertone to it. So that also is a mystifying shade. In addition to the fact that I was indicating quite gloriously that these shadow sticks do not move once they set, which again is fabulous. I love how they can be multitaskers. You can use them as a shadow, you can use them as a liner, which I have used actually under my eyes as well as a liner, which I then smudged out. You can use it as a really thick top lid liner. I mean, you have so many options. You can use them alone without any other complementary shades, let's say. If you're in a rush, definitely that champagne-y gold one, which was called Day Trip. You can just kind of throw that on your lid, mascara, a little bit of blush, and some lip gloss, and you're ready to go. And so I love that they're super convenient and easy to use. What I also love about these shadow sticks, most especially about the darker shades, is that it allows you to apply a darker shade to your lid without having any fallout, because it's a pencil. You can put the color exactly where you want it, very precisely, smudge it out of course, but it's like you can't lose control of where you're putting a darker shadow, which I also really love. And like I said, there's no fallout, so you don't have to worry about trying to clean up under your eye, over your concealer, which you might have already applied. You have complete control over darker shades, which sometimes can be a challenge. So all in all, I really, really love this collection because of everything I just said. From what I understand, they are limited edition. I don't know. I know they're being sold at Birchbox.com. I know Tati collaborated with LOC, Love of Color. I don't know the family tree about LOC with Birchbox, if they have a relation. I have no idea. All I know are the facts. Birchbox.com, $46 for the ultimate collection, 5 shadow sticks, 3 matte lipsticks, a sharpener, and a pretty little box that's purple. And so here I am, sans eye makeup, to do my very first demonstration. And I have absolutely no idea how this is going to turn out, but we're just going to have to see. I've already done my face makeup, and I will definitely list all of those products that I use down in the description box below. I've already primed my eyes with MAC's Paint Pot and Soft Ochre. And I used a Sigma P82 brush to apply it. I set my under eye concealer as well as my eyelids with the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores setting powder. And I did so with a Morphe M438 brush. Works lovely to do that. I'm having a really good time. And now I'm dancing. Oh, looks like I forgot to tell you that I already curled my lashes. This is a Maybelline back in the day eyelash curler, and now it's a toy. Okay, we need to grow up a little bit. This is a Morphe M504 brush, and I will be starting with a MAC shadow in Kid. I will be using this as my transition shade, and so I'll use the classic windshield wiper motion with as light a hand as possible, back and forth. I'm in the crease, but I will be going above the crease as well as below the crease because this shade is not dark at all, just a shade or two darker than my skin. And it will be my transition shade. This is Makeup Geek Creme Brulee. And I will be using a Morphe 433 brush, which is so dirty, sorry. But I love this brush. I will be using this color in the crease as well to deepen and darken the crease just a little bit. So I will be using it in the crease, but not above the crease, the way I just used Kid in my transition as my transition shade. So this will be in the crease, like I said, but not above it. And we're just kind of adding a little bit of depth here with it. Smile. This is a Morphe MB23 brush. It has absolutely no product on it. It is my absolute favorite blending brush. It is so soft and gentle that it barely moves any product around, but does do a really nice job of blending. So I'm starting with Night Owl by Tati. And it is a pretty dark, like a royal purple color. And I'm going to be using this strictly on the outer corner of my lid. It's very pigmented. And so rather than kind of draw, you know, I don't want to draw with this shadow stick. I'm more just tapping the color on. But I'm able to be pretty precise with it and exactly where I want this dark shade to go because I am using the wonder that is a shadow stick. This is an e.l.f. concealer brush. It's $1 and it is the most versatile brush. Since it's a concealer brush, I can use it also to move this cream shadow stick color around. And I just want to thin it out. You know, it deposits a lot of color where you apply the pressure. And so I just want to use this concealer brush to spread the product out, to even out the color, put the color exactly where I want it to be. I can use my fingers a little bit as well. This is Makeup Geek Shadow in Vintage, and I'll be using a Morphe E17 brush. It's so tiny. Well, dust off. And so I'm not really using Vintage as color, but I am using it to somewhat blur the lines of where I applied Night Owl. So I'm using it kind of as a blending technique here. Again, I want Night Owl to remain the color, but by adding Vintage, which is slightly lighter, I'm able to blur the lines around Night Owl and just kind of give it a nice flow. This is LOC's Impress Me, and it's a complementary purple color to Night Owl. And I'm going to use this just all over my lid. I don't have to be very precise. It's not nearly as dark. It's super creamy. It just glides right on. It's such a pleasure to use. Almost poked myself in the eye there. Like I said, again, all over my lid up to the darker shade on the outer corner. I'm going to use the E17 in Vintage again, just to kind of make sure that that transition from the darker to the lighter shade is nice and smooth, nice and clear, and not sloppy or harsh in any way. This is Makeup Geek's Latte, and I'll be using the Morphe 433 again. I'm going to put this in the crease now to blend between the lighter colors in the crease and the darker colors of the lid and the outer eye. It's a shade that's in between both of those. And so I just want to make sure that everything really just blends very nicely. And so I'm using a slightly dark, but not too dark, neutral brown shade. I'm picking up that MB23 again, and I'm just blending in, more blending. Blending. I never used to blend. I don't know how I lived. I can't get enough blending. Smile. This is MAC Shadow in Orb. It's a peachy based matte white almost with a MAC 242. And I'll be using this to highlight under my brow. And it's not too many shades lighter than my own skin. I don't want it to be obnoxious, but I do want to add just a little bit of color there. This is Day Trip, that warm gold champagne-y color, which is lighter than what's on my lid. So I'm going to use this as an inner corner highlight because it does so well. Just right there. Just right there. I'm also going to use it ever so slightly on top of Orb to just add a little bit of highlight to my upper brow. Yay! Oh, I'm giving like fancy winks now. I'm going to pick up Night Owl again. So I'm going to line my lower lashes here. And I'm going to stick to the outer third, to the outer third to 2/3. And again, I'm just kind of tapping. I don't really want to draw a harsh line, but I want to get from the outer corner about 2/3 in. And this is the lid color again, Impress Me. And I'm going to use this now on the inner third portion of my lid, just so that it's not a single harsh line from outer to inner corner. And because we have to blend, this is a Makeup Geek pencil brush, the tiniest pencil brush ever on the planet, which works perfect for your lower lash line. So I'm blending out the shadow stick, but I'm also making sure that the darker color blends nicely into the lighter color. In very rapid fashion, I am applying L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. This will be to lengthen my lashes, and then I will thicken them up with the Miss Mango Rock Mascara, and just in case I miss a lash or two, blink, blink, blink. One more thing. I have been wearing this entire video the First Kiss matte lipstick. It's a very neutral pink, not too bright, with like a hint of peach in it. Super easy to put on. You don't even have to be super precise. And there you have it. And apparently I am still having a good time, which I suppose that's a good thing. Oh, here's the scary wink again. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed it or found yourself laughing at me, then give this video a thumbs up. I do look forward to seeing you in my next video. And in the meantime, thanks.
And so when it comes down, when push comes to shove, I don't know what that means, but that means in a nutshell. I don't actually know what that means either. I wonder how bad it's going to be. I haven't actually edited the demonstration yet. I'm afraid. I hope my video isn't actually going to say, hey, I'm going to do a demo, and then I'm going to have to, I should record something that says I said I was going to do a demo, but it didn't actually work out because I'm a freak. I better record that right now. So I know I indicated at the beginning of this video that I was going to do a demonstration using the shadow sticks and showing you just kind of how I was applying them, and I have never done a kind of get ready with me quote tutorial sort of thing, and it bombed. And so I know I promised that at the beginning of the video, but I can't deliver, so all I will say is this was the look that you would have seen me create. Sorry you missed out. Sorry I lied and promised you something that I didn't give you. Maybe next time.